Hello, everyone. Well, welcome. I've not played Disco Elysium again in about a week. It's been a wild week with my birthday and everything going on. So we're back into it tonight here on DSPGaming. I'm trying to remember what we were doing last time, actually. If I remember, we had met with the head of the union. He's trying to get us to investigate someone in this basement, is he not? And that's a choice that we can do, but I don't know if we necessarily have to do it. Here we go. Look at all this stuff. So inspect the victim's body, but we can't do it yet. Yeah, it says you have to suppress the urge to throw up and approach it, but we haven't been able to. We still keep throwing up, so we haven't been able to do anything with the body yet.
Can't get involved in this.
We can apparently call the station and tell them my badge is missing. We haven't done that yet. Close the water lock on Wednesday. This should be done. So Wednesday morning, apparently, we'll be able to go to a new area. We can't do this yet. We tried the pry bar. It doesn't work, but they're also saying the manager, Gart, should have a key. All right. By the way, we have the giant novelty check we can give to the guy inside of the hotel, right? And supposedly that's going to advance something. Let's see here. We haven't found any cigarettes, but that's just something that sounds like something that we could do. I don't know if we want to do it, though, right? Yeah. I need to know what Joyce knows, but she won't talk to us yet. Someone reported the hanging at the RCM. You find out who it is. Call Sylvie using Kim's shortwave to ask whether she made the call. Okay. Get a hold of a sad song tape so you could sing karaoke. So this is the open the apartment for Evrar, who is the head of the union. We have the key. See, the door's behind the greenhouse. We could do this right now if we want, but we don't have to. We also could pick up the dice from the dice maker. This is 8 hours. I don't know what you do with the dice, but it sounds like something you'll need for a quest, maybe an optional quest item. So I don't know what to do. There's so much to do. Like Magic Man says, do the main quest. There is no main quest. There like literally is no main quest. All this stuff, you don't actually know what you're doing, like what's the main quest or not. There's no way to know. That's not the way the game's designed, you know? We can't open the trash container right now, but we could try to talk to Gart. Maybe we could talk to him. So we got to go back inside the hotel to do this. Which means we got to go all the way around. There's no, like, direct way to do anything. Everything's like this real roundabout way. You got to go about the town here. Okay. Wait, this is the hotel, right? Why can't I just select the door? I seriously can't select the door. It won't let me. I can't go in? Why can't I go in? Look, it won't let me select the door now. What about if I use the mouse? No. It won't let me go inside. How do I get back in? Oh, I gotta use the side door? Oh, okay. The side door. There it is. Okay. Is it just me, or is there like a lot more people in here now? I don't remember this many people being in here before. Mess hall reserved for union members. Ah. This guy wasn't here before. But I can't select him either.
Real mature, man. What exactly were you trying to accomplish? You do understand you still owe me money, right?
Well, we have the giant check now.
Damn, your feet thought we got away.
Let's apologize. Let's not try to be sincere.
You know what? The stupid drinks you've had are on the house. You know why? Because I know you can't pay for them. Not because you ran away.
Okay.
Now, I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window. That's 100 square.
I have 11 bucks. Thanks for your cooperation.
Don't thank me yet. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you up there.
Pointing to your room. Okay.
Now, what the hell did you want? I assume you wanted something to come back here.
Is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
Let's see. Someone named Mex Planing in chat says, sorry if anyone mentioned this. The game is a serious Monkey Island. Did you like it? I did. I played Secret of Monkey Island a very, very, very long time ago. I believe it had just been added to Xbox Live on the Xbox 360. And I did a full playthrough of it, and man, the game was cryptic and tough. But after having to look stuff up, I got through it, and I actually really enjoyed the experience. I remember I even played the sequel at one point. But yeah, I mean, it seems to be in the style of classic point-and-click adventure games, but combined with some other very unique stuff. Namely, a lot of the dialogue, right?
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
Okay.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
Wonder what this feeling is.
Prod at him and find out.
Doesn't it seem callous to you guarding even your leftovers from the poor? I'll just say we need those keys.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Nice. Is Kat feeling better? She is. We both basically rested up this morning, and now we both feel much better. So thank you for that. I honestly think it's that there was just a lot of pressure yesterday where she wanted to make sure that I had good food for my birthday. And not only did she make a dinner with a side, but then she made a dessert as well. She was basically cooking and cleaning like all day. And that was supposed to be her day off, so it tired her out, you know? Okay. All right, so let's see. I'm looking to sing karaoke.
Absolutely out of the question.
Here you go.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Okay, then, Inland Empire. About the money I owe.
Yes, have you got it?
Can I show? I'm going to see if he'll let me pay with the giant novelty check.
You must be joking, right? You come here, trash everything, and now you try to pay with a novelty check? This isn't a game show. I'm not going to accept it. You owe me cold, hard money. I want to see that money in the palm of my hand. Every single cent.
You
What
can
a
cash
jerk.
it in at the local fleet near the harbor gates, though it might not be enough to cover it.
You can cash it at a local freet near the harbor gates. What the hell is a freet, and why are there 3 T's? Is there even a word that has 3 T's next to it, or is that a misspelling? I feel like that's a horrible misspelling, right? Okay. I owe him 100. I know he said I owe him 100, right?
Like what? I was really enjoying talking about the money you owe me.
And then he says, I've seen something here at the Whirling Gart, a thing I need to talk about.
What thing?
A sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction.
He tosses his head in disdain.
They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
Okay, how do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even men on strike.
Haha.
You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Huh.
Here we go. It did say 16. Right, it said 1600. Why aren't they there then?
Good question.
He turns to the cafeteria manager.
They're probably getting drunk or protesting something somewhere. Or laying low after the, lynching.
Whatever he may feel about you, he can't miss the opportunity to throw you a look of what he assumes is shared understanding. Go with it.
All right, nod sagely. I think I see.
Yeah. The Union guys think they're untouchable. They probably fucking killed that guy or something, and now think they can hide out till it all blows over and it's fair weather again in Martinez.
Oh, wow. So he actually thinks that it was the Union that killed the guy and hung him.
I have a feeling we'll make their acquaintance sooner or later.
Okay.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Okay. So we could say this thing again if we see something different later on, but right now we're done. Okay.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
Do I even have one? I have no idea. Do I even have one?
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I don't know, near south, maybe far away, up on Marvel Hill.
Why did you say that?
These are synapses firing. It doesn't mean anything. The name must have some meaning. Lieutenant Kusuragi, do you know a place called Marble Hill? Marvel Hill.
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place?
An
A
expression?
saying. Up on Marvel Hill, a great high place. One that is impossible to climb back to.
I never even heard of that figure of expression. Okay, that's interesting.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
If I trace the way back to the exact street,
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
so this is a new thing to do. I actually have a new thing to do. We can't pay for the damages yet. We need $100. He said we go to the Freet to trade in the check. And we can go open... We can now go open the dumpster. Also, we have to figure out who's actually in the Union box. Aha! Do we have a new... We do. The Lonesome Long Way Home. How do I... Shoot, how do I get to this? How do I select it? Forgot how to select the thought. Shit. Because I want to do it. No, come on. Controls. How do I do this? Because I do have an open spot right here. But I don't know how do I put something in there. Like, how do I... Oh, here we go. The Lonesome Long Way Home. Internalize. There we go. So currently, I'm working on a few different things here. The 15th Indo Tribe. 2 hours, 34 minutes remaining on that. And then we've got this one, an encyclopedia, factual memory returns in 6 hours, 5 minutes. So we have 2 different thoughts in your head that you're doing. Yeah, you could do 2, I think, right? Is it 2 you could do at once? I think. Cool. All right. So while we're doing all that, I received a $2 tip. I like the premise of the game, but I feel like it's reading a novel. It starts to feel like a chore. I mean, it is a novel. Like, literally, this is a novel. It's just a novel in video game form with some interaction, but absolutely, this game is like a novel. I agree with you. So if you're a very wordy person, you like books, you'll probably really like Disco Elysium. If you're looking for action, you'll probably hate this game, right? Just like there's no map. And I wish that there was a map. But I don't know. People are saying there is a map. I don't know where the hell it is. I haven't found it, so I keep getting lost. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how you get the map. Apparently you gotta get the map, but I don't have it yet. I don't know how you get it. Okay. All right, let's continue. Thanks, guys, for the early support. Let's get some support going here tonight. Let's hit that goal. We have hit our goal every time we played this game so far in the first 3 streams. So let's hit that goal again a 4th time. And thanks to you guys for chilling. Oh, really? The bookstore has one for 90 cents? It does? Really? Woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today is in a man's handwriting. A man's handwriting. I said that completely backwards. The dishes are drying. They smell of chemicals and pine trees. I'll just steal some money for no reason. An aroma of spice, alcohol, tomato. Okay.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook.
There we go. The goal is $3,500 again? What on earth are you talking about? Garsh, what on earth are you talking about? It says right there. You not see? You're very confusing. Anyway. So apparently if I go to the bookstore, I can find a map. We're going to probably do that then.
As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek.
What the hell are those words?
It must be his name. Garancy. Garancy Kubek. Sounds representative.
It says medium failure, so I didn't pass that. Hello, sir, got time for some questions.
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
You've got some impressive pots. What?
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn.
Well, there you go.
It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
I guess that's all we could do. So maybe later we do something, but right now that's it. What is this door?
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
Wonder where the door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
Out of duty, maybe we'll find something pertinent to the investigation.
Yes. I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. As a side investigation.
The door and the main investigation will merge into a stereo investigation.
If you say so. Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
There's a new thing to ask about. Try to
The
push.
door does not budge.
All right, let's go talk to him about this door.
Can I help you?
Or so another thing.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Then what's behind it?
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage.
Dungeon Keeper's business says they probably got some moonshine hidden back there. As long as it's not blue flame moonshine. That stuff is not good. But other moonshine, that would be pretty good. All right.
So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
All right, so that's it for now. We can
Yes.
find the key, but right now we can't find the key. So, all right. Is there anything we could do to listen in over here? Nope. Photos of men in overalls.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
Maybe I am?
And have
Bleh.
you found anyone to be sweet to?
No, I'm done with mating rituals. I don't know. Maybe I have. I had once, but then I lost her. I don't really want to talk about that. Let's say that he lost her.
What was with that fucking wink? Seemed neurological. Central nervous system's really banged up.
Stop winking. Tap yourself on the side of your head to correct the malfunction. Do nothing. The damage is permanent.
I see you are still grieving. Well, I won't pry. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
Okay.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
You should be in a chair. How'd you like to roll with me? Don't know if you noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing. Let's say that.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
The goggles, they do nothing. Do I get the reference? I know it's a memeable reference. I don't remember what movie it's from. I think it's from a movie from back in the day, but I'm not sure which one. By the way, out of nowhere, my pop-ups are saying that there was a gifted sub, but I don't think it showed up in the chat, did it? Let me double check. Did I miss it entirely? I did. Thank you, Lance Catamaran, who gifted a sub. I missed it completely. I don't know how, but I did. Thank you, Lance. Appreciate that. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Our first sub of the night. For the record, because I don't think this was this time, but there have been some people trying to do anonymous gifts on Kick. They don't work. When you do an anonymous gift on Kick, it shows your name anyway. So FYI, don't even bother. Don't even bother if you're trying to, I'll clandestinely support Phil. Hopefully, you know, people won't know. And it doesn't work. People have been doing it, and it shows every single time. It's pretty stupid that they even claim that they have the feature when it doesn't work at all. Okay. What's up, Jimmy Jam? How you doing over on Kick? It's from The Simpsons, the Radioactive Man episode. Is that what it's from? Oh, wow. Cool. Up and at 'em. All right, so.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
Hope it's not too bad.
You know where we are, right?
Rolling Rags Cafeteria. Say that.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
In Revachol?
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
Revachol's the disgraced capital of the world. I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this, actually?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I.
I know. Taxation is theft in the chat says, why does she look 28 in the game but 76 in the photo? Because I don't think they animated her properly in the game. I think that the photos are essentially the concept art that then they actually used in the game for the dialogue, you know, back and forth. But the actual character model, they didn't do a good job, so the character model does look like a young woman. I agree with you.
I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
Okay.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
The spring of 51. It's a bad year in my late 40s or 50s. I don't even know how old I am.
There. The year is 51, and spring has only just started. I'm sure there are better days ahead.
The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now.
I can tell that this
Whoa.
is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
A democracy, a dictatorship. Leaders are fierce warriors. We're governed by intelligent machines. Radios are being used to control people's minds, or we're in the cop regime.
Actually, we are not. You could say that about almost any other nation, but not Revachol. Try it one more time, officer. What mode of government?
A dictatorship for the proletariat.
Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own.
No
and
government?
certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
How on earth would that work? If there's no government, then probably there'd be like chaos in the streets, crime everywhere, right?
But they still have cops.
Exactly. If there's no government, why are there cops?
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution.
Interesting. Okay, something's different here?
But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
What's the revolution you mentioned?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
Wow, we're getting all kinds of backstory now. What does that have to do with there not being any cops?
It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
Huh. So how did I do?
You didn't do too well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
All right.
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to the lieutenant.
I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't
Huh.
know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Joyce? Maybe we gotta go talk to Joyce about this. Maybe this is a new line of questioning with her, perhaps? Would you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
Be my wheelchair partner in fighting crime.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
Oh, let's see here. There's side mysteries, though.
I can assure you, with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Darn.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
3 heads are better than 2.
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time.
All right.
Of course, dear.
So now we have a bunch of new stuff, right? Like a bunch of new things have opened. We've got explore the secret passages, so we have to find the keys somehow. Right? You don't know where you are, get a reality lowdown from someone who's rich. Maybe that's Joyce. We have to find a way to have enough money to pay for the damages. Maybe later we can find out about who's in the Union box. We don't know yet. We could go talk. We could go to the 2-wave, and we could call in that my badge is missing, and we could talk, I guess, to Sylvie. We still don't know what to do. We could open the trash container. That we could do. We have the key now. So maybe that's the first thing I should do. Because that's like a definitive thing I could do right now. Right? All right. Whoa. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, listen up. I just received a $100 tip. I'm glad to see you're still playing Disco Elysium. Thank you for the stream. You are welcome. $100 tipper for Disco Elysium. Wow. So where is my $100 tip animation? There it is. Thank you so very, 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 very much for that incredibly generous contribution. Oh, I need to move my animations because they're gonna be on my face. Here, let's move them like up. Move them up here for now. There we go. Thank you for the $100 contribution. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Let's see how we're doing now with that very generous tip. So now we're at, what, 119? So now, just like that, we have turboed towards our goal. We are only 31 bucks away from hitting the goal tonight. That would be the 4th straight stream of Disco Elysium that we would hit the goal. All right? So that's awesome. Thank you so much, whoever the anonymous $100 tipper is. And hopefully now, you know, we have about an hour and a half left. We'll be able to hit that goal tonight. Thank you so much. All right. Someone just said Ken, who was it? No, if it was It's a Me Ken probably would have done a bunch of gifted subs, right? That's what they've been doing in the last week, so. Okay, maybe. A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid is spilling. A sleeping
A
dock
colourful
worker.
piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch.
What's the plastic?
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Oh, really? So we could try to wake him up? I guess. It's a white check. Let's try it.
There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
A primordial scream.
Why the yelling, man?
30-something man slowly lifts his head and gives you a pensive look.
Looks like a sow descendant. A lot of sow dock workers around.
What the hell's a sow? I don't know what that is. You're alive? I just wanted to see what would happen. I need you to answer some questions right now.
Really? You woke me up for that? Fine. What is it, officer?
The pills and the rum.
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait. No. Oh, it's empty. Sorry about that, pal.
Who's behind organizing the strike?
We are. The workers. The union. We know what we need. What's right for us.
You mean there's no leader at all?
Okay. I guess there's also Everard.
But we already know.
He's in charge of
Okay.
the union. He's smart. Knows how to negotiate. He's got our back.
Why are you asleep when everyone else is striking?
Nate got it. Measurehead's got it. He's guarding the gate.
The way
Funny
he
'cause-
says
yeah.
Measurehead implies ultimate trust in this head reckoner's physical prowess.
Which, you know, we already did all this. We already did the measurehead plot and everything, so we're done with all of that already. What's with the dead body in the yard?
Yeah. What about it?
You seem cool with it. Do you have any of those hanging from trees here? I'll say, I'm trying to find out what you know.
You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch. Another one falls in a manhole. A third one gets eaten by stray dogs.
Archmage says, was I ever in a union? No. None of my jobs ever were. Like, I had that fast food, health food job. Then I was a Circus City. Then I worked, well, I was an intern at a life insurance company, right? Then I worked at Wells Fargo Financial. Then I was at Best Buy for a while. And then I was at the helicopter company. So no, none of those places had a union. None. So I was never even offered to be part of a union or anything like that. Okay, cool.
If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern?
Someone has to look into it, and I'm not someone, so tell me what you know.
I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead.
You have a pretty solid feeling that the man's not just mouthing off. He's strong, but even he has reasons to be cautious here.
All right, what trouble?
You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions.
He doesn't know
That's
anything.
all I know, and I prefer to keep it this way.
This guy doesn't know anything.
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note in his blue notebook. So Union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even sleepy hair. This doesn't help a lot, but it's something. Good work, detective.
So they think that the guy who was murdered himself was a killer. And it was some kind of just desserts
The
or
dog
something.
worker doesn't
Okay.
answer. His head.
Got some experience for talking to him. Who's this? It's all about money, you know. That's it. What are you going to say? I can't even talk to this woman. I can't even select her. I can't select a lot of these people. I guess they're just scenery. Is the bot not working? Is Kickbot not working? It was working earlier. Maybe Kickbot is malfunctioning. Huh. not sure. It is saying that it moderated last at 6:17. So, I don't know. It doesn't show as leaving. It shows as still active in the channel. And everything here. Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on, if it's not working, if it's screwed up. It's not responding to any commands. Is it even here? Is it in the room? Can you guys see it in the room? Because I don't even know how to see what's in a room on Kick. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm not sure. You're right. It looks like the commands are not working. It is in the room? Maybe it's just screwed up. Maybe it's malfunctioning. It was working earlier, but maybe it stopped working. It's not even doing the timed stuff. Yeah. Because you see Kickbot, I said, oh, it did. It said, welcome to DSP Gaming. Please observe the rules. It did say that at 8 o'clock. Wait, that was it? I'm trying to see if it's doing the timed commands. It did the rules command back at 7:47. It worked. So it looks like it's kind of sporadically working. Because there is a schedule command, but for some bizarre reason, it's not working. Hey, look, custom commands. They're scheduled right there. Yeah, I don't know. It seems to be screwed up. I don't know. Because it did work like 20 minutes ago, but now it stopped working. You're right. But there's nothing I could really do about that. I mean, obviously, that's just the bot or whatever. I don't know. Well, sorry if you're trying to use Kickbot and it's not working. See, that was automated. It did an automated message. So the automated messages are working, but the commands seem to have broken. Whatever. I don't know. Who's this? Oh, it's your partner, duh.
Yes?
Tell him you seem to be following me. Should we go see what's in the dumpster? I think that's what we should do. Go see what's in the dumpster and go from there. Because now we have the key. Logo of the municipality of Revenge.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
Open it with the key.
With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid.
What's up to Human Iron Man V2? Good evening. Good to have you here. Yes, Lance Catamaran, we're trying to use Kickbot for some auto moderation. It's not heavy, but it's supposed to be like minor auto moderation. I don't know if it's working though. It seems like it's like half functional tonight. I don't know what's going on.
Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
What? Open the lid.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Okay. We got experience.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look under the boxes of cartons. Pick at the rags, search the food waste. Let's first look under the boxes of cartons.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar.
Pasta. Not pasta, pasta.
You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows. The methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Thank you, Mark. Mark's happy birthday. I appreciate that, Mark. I had a great birthday yesterday. Outside of the hangover I had from it, I had a great birthday yesterday, so thank you. Used to what, dumpster diving?
No, searching for evidence in the trash.
Aha, dive further.
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
All right. Pick at the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Why would there be a whole pair of pants in there?
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
These might have been the pants of our dead guy.
The victim's clothes?
Yeah.
Cadaver in odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
Is a black plastic bag marked evidence. Okay.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
Okay.
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
The belt is missing.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Dripping with pus. Bagged the shirt.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
Okay. Cuban Iron Man says, I love your camera setup and how the office has changed. I didn't know it was your birthday yesterday. Happy late birthday. Thank you. It's funny, your birthday's the same day as my girlfriend's. What a coincidence. Seems like a lot of people have early April birthdays. I don't know what's up with that. But there you go. Alrighty. Here we go.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one.
He nods towards the
I'd
stupid
advise
boy.
against confronting that force.
We need to ask the kids who put them here. You think someone from the whirling might have been involved?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
What about the kids?
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
the
Okay.
lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
I want the mug.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron,
Apparently there's a racist thing on the mug. What? An antique?
only in its social sensibility.
I wonder what you do with it. Maybe you do something with this mug so you should take it. Huh. What about the food
It's
waste?
just organic waste.
Oh.
Nothing. It's nothing. What's
Okay.
this?
Wait, what? What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Really?
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They
Ew.
look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
It can't be.
Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form.
So it's your paperwork and it went lost in the trash?
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Yeah. Maybe I needed to lose it. I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. Maybe someone from the... I'll say that.
Well, lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Okay, I'll do that. Sounds like an order. I don't take those. I'll just say okay.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory.
The
All right.
container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
So we can interact now with this ledger. Here it is, the damaged ledger.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
I think I got it.
Right. What more do you need? A rubber condom stuck to the back. A graffito that says defeated. I think you catch the drift. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have to inspect this thing, right? Let's give it a nice good whiff.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Yummy! Let's look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size.
What'd you say the color was?
The blue heart. Don't look into it.
What'd you say? Shake the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
How would I open it?
With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
Lonesome Long Way Home, -1. So because I'm mulling over that thought, sadly my chances are slightly less. But it's a white check.
Is not what you end up doing. The ledger quivers.
So it
in
didn't
your
work.
hand.
We got to
As
do
it
it later.
shakes, the
I wonder how
pages
long you
rustle.
have to wait.
This pathetic mess, suddenly afraid of you for some reason.
Interfacing? I have a point, right? I could put one in here. Into interfacing. I don't? I thought I had a point. I guess not. Darn. So I can't do this yet. Yeah, they won't let me look at my inventory as of now. So maybe I'll have something for interfacing later. All right, inspect the clip. Run your finger across the aluminum. What is this?
That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Okay, how can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
We have to go over to his car.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand.
White papers?
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files
Eyes
commit
burning.
to paper."
Ah.
The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense.
Okay, what's in the case
Work,
files?
strife,
Goddamn.
Poverty.
All
It's
right.
the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
Okay, it appears to be my load. I'm not sure I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I burned out all right.
That's okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There was a mention of a naming convention?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
They're in capital letters.
Yes,
Okay.
all caps. Others appear more light-hearted. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Oh my god. Kim, my cases appear to employ a naming
You
convention.
mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
I mean a non-numeric one.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named the case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
Wow. By the way, YouTube chat has not moved since 8:13 on my laptop. On my desk. Oh, actually. Yeah, it's also on my... Is anyone alive on YouTube chat? Are you guys all right over there? You okay? Do you guys need, like... Do you need a coffee? Or should I get you a pillow or a bedtime story or something? You guys are, like, dead quiet over there. What is going on? All right, now people are
I
talking.
pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died.
Ouch.
It was a workplace accident.
So if you count the pages I have to open a case is their room.
There is, for precisely one more.
Commit to paper.
Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do. Big.
Jim, do you have a
The
pen?
lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. Too
Yes,
fat.
he does.
It's downright incriminating. He has little choice but to give you one, although he really does not want to.
That's funny. So you're forcing him to give you a pen.
He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Can I have one?
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
There you go. So time to commit to
The
paper.
task you've completed, flow out to the blue oblong pen and inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Those are the ones you finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
All right, Lieutenant, did you name it at all?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The Hanged Man, the Furies are at home in the mirror, the setting sun, shit on a stick. Shit on a stick. I'll just call it the Hanged Man. That's fine.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
I would have liked shit on the stick, but people would have said I would have done horrible scat humor, and everyone knows that I'm way more mature than that, so we're going to call it the Hanged Man.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Damn, we got 30 experience for that. All right, I'm done
You
inspecting
don't
that.
exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're
All
a
right.
little further from your nose now.
So now can I read the case files now?
It's proving
No, I'm
to be
stupid.
harder than expected.
Wow.
You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together.
Okay.
Try again later.
Then I guess we'll browse the yellow pages. The Last of Me just gifted 5 memberships on YouTube. Thank you to The Last of Me for 5 gifted memberships. Whoever's getting those, enjoy. Let's do it. So to The Last of Me 5. That's for $15 of support right there. So that will get us to 134, meaning we're only 16 bucks away from hitting our goal tonight. Here during the Disco Elysium stream. Let's get it. And we're almost to split the part. We're going to split the part momentarily. Let's try to finish this dialogue here. Browse the yellow papers.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out,
Okay.
according to type of form.
What type of forms are these?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
Okay.
You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Misconduct fine.
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields.
Naviar, thank you. Naviar says, what up? Good to see you today, birthday boy. Thank you, Naviar. I mean, my birthday was yesterday, but it is still perfectly timely to say happy birthday and mention it today. So thank you, Naviar. Now I'm officially 43 years old. an old crotchety fart. So
But they appear pleasantly vague.
station call.
These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
Okay, and field autopsy.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs, color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs.
BP. All right, and now for the
Yes,
forms.
all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copy of paper.
All right, so we can't redo these yet, but we could come back later. Okay, so we have a new item. What is the new item? The pen. Yeah, the blue oblong pen. There's no way to put this in your hand, huh? No. Wonder where you could use the chain cutters. I don't think we've seen a place yet, but maybe we could cut some chains if I put this in my hand. So maybe I'll put it in there and see if anything like selects in the area as I'm walking around. So,
What do you see?
oh, we already did this. All right, well, I think this is a good time. We'll split the part. And then there's a few things. We go to the bookstore like Elysium and it said and buy the map and see if that helps us. In fact, you know what? Why don't we do that now? Before I forget, because if I don't do this now, I'm going to forget it. I'm just going to run down there and do that right now. Okay. I wonder where the hell we got those from. So, how would I buy a map?
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding.
Oh. This is all you can buy. What was this in front of us here?
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all an endless variety. There's also books in a board game section. There's a box, nonsense for anemic Beano clods.
Geez, you could buy a game for $25. Obviously, we don't have that.
Wonderful Albert.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends?
Do I have
Are you actually
friends?
friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
I don't feel as though I have any
Friends
kids.
are technically, for playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's
Su-
a civilization building game where you
Suzerainty.
build-
I don't want that. I want a map. I'm trying to find the map.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels.
Nope,
featuring
Dick
a
Mullen novel.
supposedly
That's
stalwart
not it.
Shelves full of biographies of browsing through suddenly a particular high-speed love next to Irv's life. Next to
I really
Yeah,
love
yeah,
it.
yeah.
she understand.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush.
That was it. Nothing. Is that a map?
Several maps have been attached. The maps
There we
look
go.
old and faded.
The map
Your
of
eye catches
Rivenshaw.
a map of the north coast to the east, Huron. It's so small. No, Coal City is no. This is somewhere to be.
Can I buy these
I'm
maps?
sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them.
Why would the maps be so
They're quite
expensive?
valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why so cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
Being that it's only 90 cents, I feel like I should get it anyway.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
This is a white check we're gonna try. I know we're not gonna pass it though.
Slowly,
Nope.
you move.
Okay.
Perhaps not.
Let's
It's
buy it.
against-
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
The map of Insulin.
This large map, Ozon. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol. With a radius of 80 kilometers, still, the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible.
Could you see cities on the
You
islands?
can, on Caillou, Revachol. A single black star.
All right.
850 million people live. The ocean breaks connections to other. You have little. Perhaps they are gods.
I'm sorry, they're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of... Yes, yes. Are you interested?
So that's it. I did buy one, but it's not the map of this town, right? So sadly, we're not gonna be able to use
This
it. I don't
bookstore
think. I
is
could be
not
wrong
strictly
though.
about crime, romance, and the worn map features the
There we go.
patchwork grid of the streets of.
Oh my
Montanaise,
god, we gotta split the part.
with directions to
It's taking too
appropriately
long. All right.
touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
This game is so friggin' wordy. All right, let's split the part. All right, when we come back, we'll have another hour here of Disco Elysium. This is such a wordy, weird game. I mean, I hope we make good progress tonight, but I don't know at this rate. I don't even know, like, have we technically even made much progress? I mean, we did open the dumpster, but what do I do next? Anyway, thank you guys. I'll see you in the next part.